Black World, Black World, Black World TV.
Greetings and welcome to Black World TV. Your news, your views, our world. Today's broadcast is about a Pittsburgh school district that investigates homework assignment parents have called offensive. Now, I'm going to read through this without laughing, hopefully. I was busting up on the floor, but let's begin. Tom will run. He will run from the cop. Tom will run with Rob. They will not stop. Look at the cop. The cop has a big mop. What will he do with the mop? Tom falls on a log. Rob falls in the pond. Get them, yells the cop to his dog. The dog gets Tom and Rob. Rob's socks is wet from the pond. Oh, this is too funny. They're saying it's filled with grammatical errors and it's offensive and they're pissed. So yeah, the Pittsburgh Public Schools is investigating an elementary school reading assignment that parents have said is offensive and filled with grammatical errors. The assignment, which was given to first graders last week at Linden Elementary School, tells a story about two people, Tom and Rob, who are running from the police. Local station Pittsburgh Action News reports. The story also has grammatical errors such as Rob's socks is wet from the pond. Parents complained to the school, with one telling the news station that teachers should always read everything before you give it out. Quote, you read it before you give it to adults, and you definitely read it before you give it to children, unquote, the parents said. Superintendent Anthony Hamlet said in a statement that he was dismayed to learn of the inappropriate homework assignment. Quote, the homework assignment, which has been circulated throughout social media, has justifiably caused outrage among families, staff, and community, Hamlet said. First, let me be clear. The homework is not a part of any district curriculum or intervention program. Not only does the content send the wrong message to our students, but it also does not meet our expectations for student instruction. Quote, we are committed to ensuring that all materials placed in front of our students are culturally responsive, validating, and affirming their cultural and ethnic identities, he continued. Quote, we also recognize it is our responsibility to alert educators of their blind spots related to implicit bias, colorblindness, and microaggressions, unquote. The district is investigating the materials, and the assignment appears to have been created by a third-party company, Action News reports. Well, let me just state here that school boards always come through after the damage is done and state things like they hold their, recognizes their responsibility and blah, 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 and how important it is. But let's get to Butter Biscuit news. I got a little bit of some Butter Biscuit news going on here that I want to report to you, my fellow listeners. So let's get to that right now. What's in Butter Biscuit news? Alright, welcome to Butter Biscuit news. In Butter Biscuit news, we have a college student who prays over a police officer in a viral photo. And the police officer claims, I was moved by it. Well, I bet you were. A police officer and a college student prayed together in a moving photo shared online. The meeting between Cameron Tucker of the Volusia County Sheriff's Office in DeLand, Florida, and college student Juan O'Neill was photographed by Tucker's wife and posted on Facebook Saturday. Quote, "Tonight was a night that I will never forget," wrote Justine Tucker. "This picture is a reminder of God's constant love and perfect timing. Tonight we had an amazing encounter with an incredible young man named Juan. He came up to Cameron and asked if he could pray over him and his protection." Ooh, the butter biscuits are already going. I'm sure they're tasty. Yum 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 yum. He's just eating up them butter biscuits. Yep, you are one. Anyways, your parents should have taught you better. But anyways, he came up to Cameron and asked if he could pray over him and his protection. After crying my eyes out, we got to an amazing conversation with this gentleman. He was on fire for God, and you could feel his presence in the room. He said he had felt compelled to talk to us and pray over Cameron. On Saturday, O'Neill, 21, senior at Stetson University, pulled up to Zaxby's restaurant in DeLand and felt compelled to park next to a police squad car. Quote, "Before he was a detective, my father was a deputy who did undercover work with a gang task force," O'Neill, president of his school's Fellowship of Christian Athletes, told the news station. Tucker, his wife, and their 2-year-old son were inside the restaurant. While ordering food, O'Neill struck up a conversation asking Tucker questions about his son and his Woody figurine from the film Toy Story. After both men picked up their food and were seated at their respective tables, O'Neill had a striking thought. Quote, "I felt the Lord was telling me to pray for this man." Quote, "I know how much police officers go through, and prayer changes things." Unquote. Officer Tucker was surprised but readily accepted O'Neill's offer. Quote, "I was moved by it. I connected with him as a parent, a man, a Christian, and a police officer." Unquote. Police work also bonded the two men, says Tucker. Quote, "Sometimes the family members of police officers are more taxed than those involved in the actual work. If you let it, it will suck the life out of you." Unquote. Tucker says his line of work typically invites curiosity, but not with such depth. "It was brave of Juan to approach me in uniform and with my family. From what I've learned, he's a wonderful young man." Well, let me just say on my channel here that I like to keep it real, 100. So, although it was a noble gesture, in this climate and in this day and age when we see police officers often, way too many times, kill unarmed black men and women and get away with murder, I find it troubling, very problematic, when I see and hear young black men and women doing these type of gestures towards a force that has been very oppressive and oftentimes inhumane to black Americans. That is, foundational, traditional black Americans. That's my opinion. Here at Black World TV, we keep it 100% real. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next broadcast. If you have any comments you'd like to leave, the comment section is all yours. Peace out.